to Sunday morning. Alex isn't here. We've done a little switch around. Tyler's actually alive, and Alex has gone on his bender because the Ducks are doing way better than anyone expected. Welcome to Up the Boards, it's a hockey podcast which we talk about hockey, obviously. My name is Yusuf, that's Tyler, and as we said, Mr. Alex Golden is not here today. There's a lot of things to talk about because we are at the end of March, and the season's almost done. It's gone by a little quick.
Yeah, and honestly, it's flown by and been painful for some of us, but it's flown by for sure.
Yeah, I think so. With that being said, I wanted to do just a little check-in on our respective teams. With Alex not being here, we can't get our usual Ducks update, which actually kind of bums me out. But we can at least get a Nashville/Rangers update of Tyler, and then there's the Red Wings.
Yay, pain.
Yay, pain. I can start. I mean, Detroit was looking great coming into the Olympic break, and then post-Olympic break kind of fell off a cliff. Had some bad losses here and there, had some good wins here and there. We had a good statement win against the Buffalo Sabres just a couple of days ago, and then lost 5-2 to the Flyers last night. As of right now, I believe we're right out of the playoff picture, and I am a little scared, but just gotta wait it out.
I mean, it's like unfortunate because like you guys are just on a little bit of a skid, but like everybody else around you has decided that they would like to make the playoffs. So like Columbus is firing on all cylinders for some reason. Ottawa decided they wanted to start trying again, and the Flyers are on like they've been killing it. They're like 7-2-1 in their last 10.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
So yeah, and the Caps are also, I mean, they're 6-2-2. So it's like everyone around you has just decided like we're going to start winning hockey games now, which in a way is
good.
I mean, it's good for the it's gonna make a really interesting playoff race, but for you as a Red Wings fan, it's quite terrible.
The 1 year I was like, we got John Gibson, we can do this, and here we are. But we're making do. The Predators are on an interesting little tear.
Yeah, so it's funny. They have less points than you all because the way the West is, and they're in the playoff spot technically as of right now. They're a point up on the Kings, 2 points up on Seattle, and 3 points up on Winnipeg. So I mean, they just have to not screw this up. Which they screwed up the last 2 nights, but that's fine. I feel like losing back-to-back home games. But yeah, they're currently in a playoff spot. I mean, like, the vibes are good here. As long as they can just kind of get out of this little skid they just had. That's good. Up in scenic New York City, my Rangers are tanking, and they're sometimes doing bad at it, because they're actually, have been, winning games, which is kind of annoying, but we're still bottom 3 in the league, which matters. Yeah, it
does make a difference. On the topic of teams that are tanking and not in a great way, of course, the good old Toronto Maple Leafs are very questionable when it comes to tanking.
They're doing just good enough to not suck enough. It's great.
I know. Well, it's so funny. The big problem is, right, they need to lose games because their first rounder is a top 5 protected that belongs to the Bruins now.
Yeah. So they need to suck, but the problem is they can't suck quite enough. I don't think. Because, they're in 24th place in the entire league, so they got dropped a lot. It's
difficult. And I don't know. It's like you could just not win games. Your captain's out for the season. Your guys, for the most part, don't really give a shit anymore. Your goaltending sucks. Like, I don't know what else you can do. To that point, though, I did want to ask you something about Nashville. Something that was brought up on the Steve Dangle podcast was in regards to Mr. Steven Stamkos.
Yes.
Our dear man. He is, I believe, having another 40-goal season or getting close to it. He's been on a tear.
Dude, every game I've been at, he scores. Every single game. The dude is just an animal. He's at 36 goals on the year, 22 assists. Like, he's having a good season.
He could more than likely finish with 40.
Yeah. Oh, I think he definitely will.
I think he can finish with 40. Is this where Nashville goes, now we trade Stamkos at the deadline? Or not at the deadline, at the draft.
I think it really depends on the market. I mean, because what do you think his value would be? That's a really good question.
That's the thing, right?
He's 36.
He's 36 years old. He's showing he can still go. I think that's the important thing. For a lot of teams that are looking to contend, he's showing he can still go. Honestly, and veteran leadership is there, veteran presence. He's still a great passer. A Minnesota, I think he could have some fun in.
Yeah, I mean, I don't disagree on that at all. My
Wow.
question is, what do you think the return will be? Because I think there's a value proposition, right? Like, there is a good leadership there. There's like a lot
Yeah.
of pluses to keeping Stammer around. If you're Nashville, like with all the young talent they have, like it might be worth keeping him if the
Yep.
value's not there again.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
I think that return package would probably be at most. Oops. Maybe 2 seconds. I
yeah,
don't
it's
think he
kind
gets
of
a first back.
no, absolutely not. I was gonna say
Yeah.
like probably like maybe a second and like a fourth or like a second and a third.
Unless you're willing to do like a 1-for-1 kind of thing.
He's just kind of. I mean, he's 36 right now. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
he's just kind of on the older side of life, man. Like for a hockey player, that is. Like,
Right. Exactly. Yeah, it's interesting. But wow, our teams are doing okay. And how are the Ducks doing since Alex isn't here?
okay, I mean, pretend. Let's see, where are they? There they are. The Ducks are doing great. They're first place in the Pacific,
Okay, good.
which still would be not even in the playoffs in the Central.
The Central is such a nightmare.
The Central is beautiful.
The Central is such a nightmare, but the Ducks are doing fine. The Ducks have a considerable lead on the Pacific as well right now, don't they? It's like a good
Yeah,
what,
they have
4
3
points up?
points. Yeah, 3
Okay,
points
not bad.
on the Edmonton annoying team.
So that's kind of where I do want to segue, I guess, to the first major topic of today is how teams are looking in the standings. And there's a couple teams in particular that I did want to talk about. One of them being the Edmonton Oilers. In that Draisaitl's out for the rest of the season now. There's not a lot of games left. There's only about 2 weeks or so till the season's over. Do the Oilers find a way and keep their playoff spot, or do they get lost in the shuffle?
They're gonna get lost in the shuffle.
Yeah.
I mean, I think they will probably. Reality is like, I think the next closest team to them is like Vegas is in third with 80 points. The Kings are back by 4, so they're 76, and then Seattle's at 75. Like there are definitely a chance that it gets pretty tight till the end here. Looking at their last 10 games, Vegas has been on a skid. LA has been kind of terrible, and the Kraken have also been kind of terrible. So I think the Oilers will probably keep their spot. However, I think once you get into the actual playoffs, I just think they're going to get smoked.
I don't. Unfortunately, it's a situation where I think Edmonton, the lust, the glimmer is gone, or it's starting to fade away a lot more in Edmonton. And it goes to a conversation that was brought up about if they play a Vegas in the first round. A lot of people are saying, well, Edmonton can clear Vegas easily. I don't know. Because, yeah, Vegas has also been on a skid, but
I think I would much rather take Vegas. If I had to pick today, the Oilers can score goals. However, I'd probably give the goaltending and defense battle to Vegas, and I would say, on terms of offensive prowess, yes, they have McDavid. But the Knights have literally everybody else. So I think once they hit the playoffs, they'll hit their stride. I think the Knights' kind of whole plan all season was just to make playoffs and figure it out once they got there. So
I think so. Yeah, it feels like it.
Yeah.
It's a very quiet year for Vegas, despite the fact that they got Rasmus Anderson.
Yeah, like I think this is just kind of a formality. If they have to play the regular season, they're going to get to the playoffs and have a good time as they always do.
There's also going to be, something I found out from the STP was this is going to be Vegas's first season where they hit 40 losses, which is a testament to how ridiculous they've been.
Yeah, honestly, that's crazy.
That is really crazy. It's good for Vegas in a way that they've kept it up that long. Looking at the Central, how is the Colorado lead right now?
7 points.
Yeah. Whoever's wild card 2, I'm so sorry.
It's
Pack your
currently,
bags.
currently Nashville.
So obviously Colorado's going to finish first in the Central. That's not an argument at this point, right?
Yeah.
The second and third seed is what everyone's been looking at because we all know who it's going to be. It's going to be Dallas and Minnesota. What order it's going to be in, I think, can still be decided. It's still kind of up for debate.
It is.
And up for grabs. In the situation that, let's say, Dallas gets the home ice, or in either situation, who do you see coming out of that?
Well, this is a great question. I'll ask you this. I mean, it's the position battles, right? Who would you take? And if you had to pick a goal, would you take Ottinger or would you take Gustafson. I'd take Andre.
Can I ask a follow-up question?
Yeah.
Healthy?
Yeah, I mean, exactly. So, I mean, like, okay, so let's give it to Dallas. Okay, so, like, now let's play the defensive game. Who's got the better defense overall? Now, I can make an argument that Quinn Hughes is probably best defenseman in that series,
Yes.
but I think overall defense goes to Dallas.
When you have a defensive core lined up with the likes of Lindell and Heiskanen,
Yeah.
it's hard to debate against Dallas.
And then you have the offense question.
Offense is a weird one.
Yeah, I agree on that.
Between the two. Offense is a really weird one. Because in Dallas, you've got your Jason Robertsons, you have your Rupe Hintz, your Jamie Benz. Sagan's out for the season, so not counting him. But you truly have in Dallas a who's who of talent that have worked very well together so far this season. And of course, Mikko Rantanen's there. We can't forget about Mikko Rantanen, right? On the flip side, in Minnesota, the notable names that stick out are your Matthew Boldies, your Kirill Kaprizovs, right? And they just got Nick Foligno, who's not the most terrifying goal scorer on the planet, but great veteran presence, great hitter.
Gritty,
right?
Just gritty guy.
Yeah, gritty. Something that Minnesota needed was grit. The edge at the end of the day, I think, does go to Dallas.
Yeah. No, and that's kind of where I'm at. Like, I think Dallas will take it. I think it is going to be a 6-7 game series, don't get me wrong. But yeah, I think Dallas in the end will come to fruition and win.
How's Utah looking?
You mean the greatest team ever?
Utah's the greatest team on earth.
Utah's actually technically fourth in the Central. They are at 82 points, so they're in a wild card. They're in wild card one, so they play the Ducks and hopefully win to make Alex hate it.
Oh, that would be so funny.
Oh god, it would bring me joy. It'd bring me so much joy. I mean, Utah's been great. I mean, just overall good season.
Yeah, they've been fun. Like, they've been fun to watch. They're a team that I am looking forward to in the playoffs, just for how the vibes are in Utah. Like, I would not want to deal with them in the first round because you don't know if they're going to show up and just go lights out on you.
Dude, I want to read off some of the stats from some of the players here. Clayton Keller is at basically a point per game. He's won less than a point per game. Nick Schmaltz has 27 goals.
Nick Schmaltz, by the way, who's been having a really good season, just signed that extension.
Dude, he's a plus 18, 27 goals, 38 assists. Like, he's having a great year. Dylan Guenther is at 36 goals. No one's talking about this. I don't know why.
Dylan Guenther has 36 goals. Good for him.
He's at 62 points on the year. Dude, Sergachev as a defenseman's at 53 points. Paterka's got 22 goals. Lawson Krause has 20 goals. Logan Cooley's got 20 goals. Like, they are firing.
Yeah.
It's great. And then, you know, the two goalies are like, could be a little bit better, but they're holding down the fort.
That's the important thing, right? Is that they're just doing their job. It's holding down the fort. They don't need to be elite. Karel Vejmelka is such an interesting goalie to me because he's not in that like elite category, but he is a good goalie.
He's a starter. He's a totally fine starter. You can win games with him. I mean, he's what, 33-19 or something like that on the year. Like, he's playing great. I don't know. I actually think Utah is kind of the interesting choice.
Utah's going to be fun to watch.
If I put some money down on a team, I'd throw $5 down on Utah. I think it'd be kind of interesting.
Oh, yeah. I could see Utah pulling off some upsets.
Oh, absolutely.
I could definitely see him pulling off a couple of upsets here and there. Looking at the East, because the East is...
hell.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Well, do you want to start with teams on the outside?
Let's start with teams on the outside.
All right, within striking distance. So Columbus is in the second wild card at 87 points. So on the outside, the Capitals are at 83 points. The Flyers are at 84 points. The Red Wings are at 86, and the Senators are at 86. Columbus is at 87.
Yeah, you want to talk about a tight race?
Yeah, Jesus.
So that's a tight race.
And it's like, it's crazy because all of those teams, unfortunately, you guys kind of are on a little bit of a skid, but everybody else, like I said, they've heated up a good bit.
Yeah, everyone else is kind of just firing on all cylinders, going like, we can make the playoffs? Go.
Yeah, like the Flyers have actually been on kind of a little bit of a roll as of late, which is annoying. Caps are trying again, but
yep.
Yeah, And then as far as wild card, I mean, Columbus is 3 points back on Boston for the first wild card spot,
Okay.
which is crazy because no one thought the Bruins were going to be anything this year. And then we were like, well, they're rebuilding.
Yeah, I was like, oh, they're okay.
Now, as far as like standing, let's go Metro first. I think the most surprising team is Pittsburgh at 88 points. I mean, I think they're in third place.
Yep.
None of us have that.
No, we all had Pittsburgh in the bottom of the fucking barrel this year.
Yeah, no, that, God bless. Honestly, like, props to them. My favorite thing is that they traded a goalie in the middle of the year.
And it worked out for them.
And it worked out for them and not Edmonton. And that just brings me so much joy. In second place with 89 points, we have the New York Islanders, which pains me dearly. But I like Sorokin.
I am so impressed by how the Islanders have kind of figured it out.
They're playing a very old school game. It's very defense centric. Like, maybe you look like their goals for versus goals against. I mean, they're one of the lower scoring teams in the league. They're at 216 goals for, but they've only given up 209. Like, so it's a very small differential. But like, the point is,
but it makes a difference.
Yeah.
Well, it's always so funny to me because the running gag for the Islanders over the last few years, mind you, this is a team that made the Eastern Conference Finals just a few years ago.
Yep.
The running joke is they can't score.
Yep.
Which, was true. They can't score. They've acquired and drafted some goal scorers over the years, but those guys aren't ready yet. Your Cole Eisermans aren't ready to go yet. Your Aitchisons, your Eklunds, they're coming up later. But for right now, the fact that they're still able to play that very heavy defensive-centric style of hockey, and it has worked out in their favor, has been great for the Islanders. Not to mention, I think truly two things have helped them sort of flourish. One being the, how do I put this? The remembering of, hey, Ilya Sorokin's really good.
Well, I don't think it's even that. I think it's they finally have help for him.
Yeah, exactly. They have actual help.
Yeah, like, I mean, Schaefer has been, like, just ridiculous. So, I mean, having, like, an actual number one defenseman to help out your actual number one goalie, like, who's probably arguably top 5, top 10, for sure top 10 in the league.
Oh, yeah, for sure top 10.
Absolutely top 5 conversation. Like, I mean, like...
Yeah, but good for the Islanders. Like,
yeah,
the fact that they've been holding on this long and can keep... There's an argument to make that they can probably keep second in the Metro, moving towards the stretch.
The crazy thing is they're at 89 points. Columbus is at 87. I mean, like, dude, it's like it'd come down to all of those spots.
Yeah,
because the Carolina is in first, and they just have they're at 89. They're 98 points.
They're pretty much Carolina's not losing that spot.
So yeah, but I mean, the Caps are only 6 points back from taking second in the Metro. To put that in perspective for everyone listening.
Yeah, not to mention the Caps have same amount of games played, so that can make things a little interesting.
But Flyers got like 2 games in hand on everybody else. I mean, like, they could go on a little bit of a run and like, the point is the Metro is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Now
the Atlantic's a whole
other thing
mess.
So let's talk Atlantic. So on the outside of the Atlantic, looking in, you got Detroit at 86, Ottawa at 86. The Boston Bruins are in first wildcard spot with 90 points. Which, once again, I didn't really predict that, but I guess Jeremy Swayman decided to try again. Swayman's tried, and that's what comes in.
He is, exactly.
Had a good bounce back. All right, this is the team I am honestly most excited for, which is weird. In third place in the Atlantic, and who I think is going to have the most interesting season, the Montreal Canadiens at 92 points. They're just Marty St. Louis got the kids playing. That's kind of what it comes down to. I mean, like, the kids are balling out. I mean, Nick Suzuki is at 88 points on the year in 72 games.
Ivan Demonov's at, like, what, 50 or 60 points or something?
Yeah, Cole Caulfield is at 45 goals.
Cole Caulfield might win the Rocket.
He is at 77 points, 45 goals. Lane Hudson's at 11 goals, 71 points. Slavkowski's at 63. Evandov's at 56. He's got already 16 goals. Slavkowski's got 28 goals, by the way. He's about to hit 30.
I'm sorry, your Slavkowski has 28 goals?
Yes, the Canadians are balling right now. And more important than that, like, they got a couple of different goalies they can roll with if they want to. I mean, like, Dobes is at 24 wins, 8 losses. But Jacob Fowler, like the young guy, is seven wins, 5 losses. Like they have a couple options in that. I think he's definitely better in every other stat wise, but like they are
It's
kind of
working.
they're kind of the interesting one to me. I don't know.
Yeah, down the stretch. I mean, this is probably the argument for Marty St. Louis to win Coach of the Year as well,
No,
seeing how they're
absolutely.
doing. But you're looking at how this team is functioning, and you're thinking, there's no way this could have worked. It's starting to work, and it's showing really quickly.
Dude, I remember like 5-6 years ago, it's like, what the hell is Montreal doing? And it's starting to really kind of come together. And like, I mean, the crazy thing is they're just not getting any attention because the other 2 teams in this division are still in the spotlight. But Montreal's only 6 points back from first. And they have 2 games in hand on the first place team. So I mean, it's like,
yeah, the race for first in the Atlantic, the race for an Atlantic spot in general, I think right now,
absolutely,
is such a crazy storyline.
Yeah. So in second, we got Tampa at 96 points. Once again, just quietly started figuring it out about halfway through the season and just been on a roll. Vasilevsky is Vasilevsky. I mean, I can think of some great things to say about Tampa, such as, let me see, let me get my brain firing here. They're just well coached. They're extremely well organized. They're really rehearsed in everything they do. Honestly, it's very impressive. And
we're getting to that in a second.
We're gonna get to that. When you do break them down, they have like a heck of a goalie backstop. So I mean, like I think Tampa really put it together. You know, it's totally original thought by Connor McDavid.
Completely original. Yes,
totally not
very very inspiring quote. No.
Yeah,
man. Tampa, like looking at their goal differential, they have a +63 team goal differential. Like,
there's a reason for that.
They remembered how to be Tampa again.
Well, someone decided that they needed to score for 2. So I mean, Nikita Kucherov is at 121 points.
Nikita Kucherov is probably winning the Hart.
In 67 games is at 121 points. I want to repeat that.
In 60 games.
67 games. 100.
Like the scoring prowess we're seeing in this league right now is wild. But yeah, Tampa holding on to second. They're 4 points up. Like, they could probably keep it. They might slip. We don't know. We'll see. And then I can't believe they're first.
Oh, Buffalo.
The Buffalo Sabres are holding on to first in the Atlantic.
Dude, you gotta love it.
You want to talk about a wagon of a team?
Yeah, absolute wagon.
Like, Buffalo's so wild to see doing well because I thought the JJ Peterka trade was going to set them back like a fair bit. But the fact that both them and Utah are flourishing right now is insane.
Honestly, I will say I think the player who deserves the most credit for this, besides the goaltender, is just absolutely cooking. I honestly think, though, is Rasmus Dahlin.
Yes.
Like,
absolutely.
Homeboy has finally put it together.
Yep. It took a while. It took a long time. But Rasmus Dahlin is finally the guy that everyone is taking seriously.
Yeah, it's great. And Tage Thompson's had another good year. I mean, I think last year he was a little bit down, but like this year he seems to find the stride. Dude, yeah, they are. Once again, they have 2 solid options in net between UPL and Alex Lyon. Like they're good. Now the only downside for them is the Lightning and Montreal have 2 games in hands on them, like I said. But I mean, they're going to make the playoffs. It's going to be insane in Buffalo. I'm so excited to see what they do.
A Buffalo playoff game is going to be so cool.
It's going to feed families, kids.
It's going to feed the city of Buffalo, the likes of which they haven't seen since like 99.
No, this is a magical thing.
Yeah, this is very impressive for Buffalo and good for Buffalo, all things considered. So, with the final stretch of the season, let's talk about this, because this is something we don't really talk about as much, but I think it'd be fun to quickly discuss. We talk about the teams that we think are going to find their way in. What about the teams that we think are going to slip?
Ooh.
As we get to the stretch, we have, as I said, it's March 29th as we're recording this. The season is done in about 2 weeks and change, and there's about 7-8 games left for most teams, maybe a little less. Of the teams we see in the standings that are maybe in the wild card or, holding on a third in their respective division, or even outside of the picture, who do we think's going to slip?
Well, I just said a lot of nice things about them a couple of minutes ago, but I'm honestly like looking at everything else right now, like how their last 10 is, how their last games have went. I kind of think Pittsburgh might miss. I mean, they're holding third place by a point, so which isn't bad. But I just feel like I think Ottawa, I think the Flyers, I think Columbus, like I think all those teams are just going to be like much more nitty gritty, and like I think I really could see Pittsburgh missing.
Pittsburgh, there's an argument to make that they will try to hold on as much as they can because it's the, we're doing it for Sid, we're doing it for Gino, kind of thing. But at the same time, I think you can bring up the fact that Columbus is working hard right now to try to get a divisional spot, right? So I could see a situation where Pittsburgh definitely does fall. At worst, I think they end up the second wild card.
Yeah, I mean, it is so tight. It is so hard to say who's going to slip. I mean, it's literally going to come down to a game. Like, all of this is going to come down to, like, 3 teams are going to basically be waiting for, like, the last game of the season to be played.
Pretty much.
Which is crazy. As far as the West, I mean, I don't know.
I don't know. You look at these teams, you look at a lot of the West teams' last 10s, and you're like, I don't know if anyone slips out. I think you're just kind of staying put now.
I mean, it's not like the Preds had a nice 4-point cushion that vanished in 2 games, which is great.
Yeah.
So I mean, like there is that, but like,
well, the only thing the Preds really have to play for right now is try to be the first wild card.
Yeah, and like, well, I mean, they just got to make it in at this point because LA is 1 point back, Seattle's 2 points back, and Winnipeg's 3, and the Sharks are 4, and St. Louis is 4.
Can we quickly talk about Winnipeg and what the hell? How did they get here?
Yeah,
because weren't you guys dead last a month ago?
Yeah, I mean they've been
they've been quietly working.
Yeah, they've been working hard. I mean, a lot of teams have done this. Like since the Olympic break, teams either hit their stride or have decided to be terrible, which is good. I mean, sometimes it doesn't matter. Like if you're already eliminated from playoff contention in the East,
exactly.
But, I mean, as of late, Eric Comrie went on a little bit of a tear for Winnipeg. He changed the color of his cage, and he was 5-0-1 or 6-0 or something like that. It was ridiculous.
I love that.
So, I mean, he helped get them just nice, quiet 6 wins. I think Hellebuck's been on a little bit better of a roll. I don't think Winnipeg is the problem is it's crazy. Comparatively, if you look at the grand picture of the league, some of these teams in the West are terrible. But they still got a shot because the West has really good teams, and there's no real middle ground. It's really good or bad. So those wild card spots are actually pretty obtainable for everybody. The Blues are still in it. Actually.
Yeah, how are you? The Blues are 7-1-2.
Yeah, the Blues are still technically alive and well. I mean, they're only 4 points out of a playoff spot. I mean, Calgary's probably out of it. They're 7 points out at this point.
Yeah, but Calgary's done. Chicago's done. Thanks for coming.
St. Louis, San Jose, Winnipeg, Kraken, and then you have the Kings, and then I'll have the Preds as the first wild card, are all within 4 points. It's I don't know if the Preds are going to make it, admittedly. I like my Preds, but I don't think they're going to. I mean, there's a conversation about Vegas not making it. They're 3-5-2.
There's a huge conversation about Vegas not making it.
Yeah, they're 3-5-2. Goaltending has just vanished. There's a very serious conversation about Seattle just picking up steam at the end here and taking it, or LA kind of figuring it out maybe, but I don't want either of those things to happen. But
I think the other thing too is it feels like there's been a hidden conversation amongst teams, almost almost via telepathic waves, if you will. Any team trying to go for a playoffs fight right now, no one wants to be the second wild card in the West.
Yeah. No one wants that. It's terrible.
Yeah. Because you're getting, congrats, you got 2 home games. Oh, you lost both of them.
And you get a worse draft pick now.
Yeah.
Trust me, I get it.
Yeah, it's understandable. Yeah, for me, I think Nashville, I think if Nashville just focuses a little more, I think they can hold on to where they are. They're way too far out to try even go for a central spot. But holding on to that second wild card, just get what you can, make the playoffs, sort of show like, hey, we can actually do something with this core of, Marchessault and Stamkos and whatnot, and hopefully go from there. The Kings maybe could. I mean, again, they got Artemi Panarin. You don't get Artemi Panarin and go, we're not going to make the playoffs.
They've been kind of not great since then.
They haven't. 3-3-4 in their last 10. Like,
it's great. As we've talked about when the trade happened, and I said this, it's great to have a guy who doesn't fit a system and was just an absolute playmaker. But, like, admittedly, we've been scoring more since we got rid of him. I mean, Alexi Lafreniere,
which is
like a first
really
overall pick.
funny. Alexi Lafreniere remembered how to score goals.
He has a gluten allergy, apparently, but, like, I don't know. Like, he doesn't like bread. But, like, it's interesting. Like, that's the problem with a guy like Panarin. There are certain times, certain systems, certain teams, a guy like that is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
But then certain times you get to like an organization, it's just that like kind of like I'm gonna go make an amazing play kind of guy doesn't really fit.
Absolutely.
Like, I know he wanted to go to LA, but it just didn't feel like a good fit from this.
Yeah, it still feels weird.
Yeah, like admittedly, I couldn't tell you where would be a good fit for him, but like
that's the thing is you bring up the point that he might not fit in your system, but he's a great playmaker. It made me realize, where doesn't Artemi Panarin fit?
Edmonton. Vegas, Edmonton. I mean, honestly, those would be like two teams off the bat, I'd probably say.
Star player, playmaker?
Yeah, like, I mean, even in the, like, honestly, Buffalo. But like, yeah, it's a very weird thing. Like, I mean, they went out to get a superstar. Granted, he's older, but like, I don't know, it just didn't work. I think they expected that to work so much better and kind of catapult them, and it just kind of didn't.
I mean, look, they made the Rangers made 2 conference finals with Panarin.
Yeah,
it's not bad at all. Like, a lot of teams would love to make the conference finals, but it's the fact that you couldn't win a cup out of it.
Yeah.
I get it. It's a weird thing, and Panarin's such an interesting player. Like, he's such a great playmaker. It's just, where the hell would you put him otherwise?
Yeah,
and LA's got to try and make it work. They're about to lose Kopitar to retirement, so yeah, it's a strange time. You bring up the Edmonton Oilers.
Yes, I did.
I think it's time we address that quote.
Yep, I think we
did
too.
So, if you've been living under a rock, this has been out for about a week now. The Oilers had played the Tampa Bay Lightning about some 6-7 days ago and got smacked around.
I said some nice things about the Lightning a little bit ago, remember?
Yes, you did. Yeah, you said some great things. As a matter of fact, it's crazy. I don't know how to tell you this, but I think Connor McDavid said the exact same stuff. No. Allegedly. I'm not sure. I don't know if this is true.
Is he copying me?
I think he is. In the past, somehow. So, after getting smacked 5-2 from Tampa about a week ago, Connor McDavid, who is the most emotional man in hockey, right, Tyler?
I hate this guy so much. This brings me joy. Just seeing how upset he is brings me joy.
I know it does. Connor McDavid, who is obviously the most emotional man in hockey, had this to say. They have a great system. They're perfectly coached. They all know what they're doing all over the ice. It's impressive. They're a great team. They're extremely well coached. They're extremely well organized. They're very rehearsed in everything they do. It's very impressive. And when you break them down, they have a heck of a goalie to backstop them. Of the Oilers, McDavid said, "We've been playing together a long time, and we feel like we're somewhat rehearsed and organized, but not to their level." Afterwards, with a follow-up question with the Edmonton media, Connor McDavid said, "No, I'm not taking shots. It's just everyone can be better, myself included. Everybody can be better. It was just more of a complimentary of a great team in this league that came in and played a good game. Nothing more than that." Which, in a way, is kind of a backhanded slap to his coaching staff.
It feels very much a jealous comment. This is like...
It's very jealousy.
Very jealousy.
It's very jealousy.
Like, that's a stab at the general manager, your teammates, and your coaches. Like, dude, I've said this for a long time. I don't think he's a good leader. Like, I cannot deny these talent. And, dude, if I woke up tomorrow and McDavid was a Ranger, I would be shitting bricks with happiness, like, from a talent perspective. As long as they didn't give him the C.
I think they should have given him the C a couple years later.
Yeah, I just don't think he's a good leader. And I think on top of that, unfortunately, like, you can't make comments like this.
No.
It's not a good look.
You can't make comments like this. You really shouldn't be making comments like this. Like, I don't know.
Well, I mean, once again, last year, Stuart Skinner was the problem past 2 seasons, right? I mean, Stuart Skinner, who got into the Cup final, remember?
Yeah, Stuart Skinner, who got him to 2 back-to-back Cup finals.
And by the way, is the starter in Pittsburgh and has them in a playoff contention, and I think they technically have more points than the Oilers at this point. Like
Tyler. That's a coincidence.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, that's all Pittsburgh. That's propaganda. Okay,
Yeah,
the Edmonton media told you the truth. Okay,
Yeah,
Stuart Skinner was the problem.
Yeah, absolutely. So couldn't be the lack of a defensive core.
No.
But anyhow, I don't know. That's a really interesting kind of comment to come from your superstar franchise player. I mean, that's just not
to come from the arguably greatest hockey player on the planet to make a comment regarding a team that has the only guy that could outscore him per season in Nikita Kucherov, that has won back-to-back cups, that has a top 2 goalie in the world, that has a top 3 coach in the league, top 5 maybe, depending who you ask now, because John Cooper's kind of slipped a little, but he's still great.
Top 3.
Oh, he's top 3. He's absolutely top 3. It does. The implication is that McDavid is going, man, I wish I was anywhere but here.
Yeah, he needs a team. Let me read off the quote again. He needs a team with a good goalie and that are well rehearsed and organized and everything they do.
Okay, well, the Rangers are one of those things.
I mean, the goalie does help.
Yes,
Sullivan's a good coach. We're just bad.
Sullivan's a good coach.
We just don't have. We just don't have plays.
So oh yeah, it's true. With this quote, it's just like, what more can you do, man? I mean, like McDavid famously politicked his agent Judd Moldaver to make sure that they got Chris Knobloch, who coached McDavid when he was an Erie Otter in fucking junior, to be the new head coach of the Oilers, replacing what's his face?
Woodcroft.
Yeah, Jay Woodcroft, yeah. Like, you politicked your way to get your junior coach to be an NHL head coach for you, and still you're complaining?
He's doing good. Like, obviously, I mean, this is the conversation we have every year. I feel like a broken record. It's amazing that McDavid's first in points with 124. It is incredible that Leon Draisaitl, despite being injured, is still in 5th place at 97 points. It's insane that we're having this conversation year in and year out. Now, let me look at and by the way, points for defenseman, Evan Bouchard's in 1st place.
I know.
With 86. Okay? But once again, we've talked about this. What is the thing they don't have? A goaltender. And the problem is, outside of Bouchard, name a defenseman who's actually worth anything. And don't say Nurse. Nurse seems like a good guy, but Jesus, he's a 2nd or 3rd liner.
I was going to say Matthias Ekholm, but even then, he's hurt half the time.
Back 9 of his career, yeah, when he's been deceased. There's a chance he's supposed to retire 2 years ago.
Yeah.
I believe. If I remember that correctly, there was a conversation about that.
But something like that. The fact that he's still playing is insane.
But once again, you just get back to it, and it's like, man, they just don't have anything. They're just not good. I don't know. They can score. They can score very well. But there seems to be a fundamental issue they've had. It's crazy when Mike Smith was your best goalie at 38, 39 years old.
Yeah.
I love Mike Smith.
Oh, he was great. Mike Smith was a fucking hero.
But Jesus.
I don't know, man. The Oilers, we have this conversation so often now. I think everyone does. Everyone keeps saying, well, the Oilers are a cup contender. Are they? Are they? You traded away the goalie that they all blamed, that everyone else blamed, because they all said, oh, the Oilers are right. Stuart Skinner plays like Swiss cheese. Stuart Skinner's part of the damn reason you got to back-to-back finals.
Yeah, I mean, dude, he was an all-star too.
Yeah.
Not that means much anymore, but
And for McDavid to be, he didn't call anyone out, but the implication in those statements in the media are very much, I hate it here. Why can't we be them?
Yeah. I mean, it is crazy when you actually look at, instead of looking at the divisions or looking at the East and West, but looking at the entire league 1 to 32 ranking, the Oilers are at 17th.
Yeah.
And they have the top scoring defenseman, the top scoring player, and the 5th top scoring player. And they are in the middle of the league. They're actually below the Caps technically, and they're
Yeah.
just above Utah.
If we were a 1-16 again playoff format, they are not looking at the playoffs.
Yeah, like it is insane. Like it's crazy when you like.
But it's like, what else can they do at this point? Stan Bowman's over here being like, all right, we're all done. We got Tristan Jarry. We traded for some random depth guys. Nothing else. We don't need anything else. The Oilers are ready to win a cup.
Well, and no one's gonna just hand them a goalie is the other thing.
Yeah.
Like, who's gonna just give the Oilers a goalie?
Well, Pittsburgh did willingly because they knew Jarry was on his way out.
Yeah, I mean, Jarry's been kind of bad, so they gave him Jarry. Like, I mean, they swapped kind of failing prospects, you will. Like, Jarry never really worked out, never really took the reins, and they hate Stuart Skinner for some reason, so they traded. So I mean, there's just not a whole. But like, I'm sorry, why would you give the Oilers a goalie? Like, no one's gonna do that. Like,
No, like
so.
The running gag I always tell teams is figure it out. But for the Oilers, like, you've done everything you possibly could have that you're able to do reasonably.
Yeah.
You traded for a goalie. You got rid of Stuart Skinner. You got a new GM. You, again, had your number one player's agent politic to make sure that his junior coach was their new head coach. Like, what more are you guys going to do? What more can you do?
Best to trade.
He's got that contract kicks in at the end of at the start of next year.
Yeah.
That 2 years. So, like, here's the thing. I know people are saying, oh, well, the clock's ticking. You've got 2 years to figure it out, or Connor McDavid's leaving free agency. Dude, I think you've got a year. I think you've got the first season of McDavid's extension, and if he's not lifting a cup at the end of 2027, he's going to Stan Bowman and be like, trade me.
Well, so you're going to love this. I pulled up the UFA and RFA goalies for this season.
For this coming offseason?
Yes.
Okay.
All right, would you like to hear the top 5 UFAs?
You know what, Tyler? I would love to.
Stuart Skinner, Freddie Anderson, Laurent Brossoit.
He's still playing?
Apparently.
Oh.
Apparently on the Sharks. Peter Mrazek. Oh. And then, this is the interesting one, Bob.
Oh, yeah. Bob hasn't signed an extension.
I don't know if he will, admittedly, but I mean, like, that might be the only Hail Mary they have. And then in the RFA category is Dylan Garand, who I'm sure the Rangers are going to resign because he's been balling. Jet Graves from the Blue Jackets, who's been
doing great.
Yeah, he's been insane.
Yeah.
Arthur Shilovs,
who's been low-key balling in Pittsburgh.
Akira Schmid, and then Samuel Ersson. But that's pretty much their options if they were going to try to get somebody.
I don't know if it's funnier if they get Skinner back or if they go for Bob. Like, which is funnier?
The thing is that you can go and get like Bob or Freddie Anderson, but like they're both older, which is not a bad thing. But
No.
like I feel like this is just Mike Smith too. Electric Boogaloo, like it's cool, but like it's not the way to sustainably win a cup.
Yeah, because at that point you don't have, you're not extending the window anymore.
Yeah.
At that point, the window is going to be half open. And if you don't get it done, that window's shut.
No, absolutely. And then on top of that, I mean, like, name a team with 2 starting goalies who'd be willing to trade one.
Apparently, Minnesota.
I mean, yeah, they might be the only actual option there.
Yeah.
But, like, everybody else, not particularly. I mean, like, you usually have a good goalie and a backup. So, I mean, like...
Yeah. Well, you look at what Colorado did. Rather than getting a stud and a backup, they got 2 serviceable good goalies at reasonable dollar amounts and make it work. All right. Now, again, the difference is Colorado has, Cale Makar in front of them. But yeah.
Like it's a very interesting little situation that they're in. There's just not really a lot of help. They should trade for Thatcher Demko for all 3 games. But
yes, absolutely.
But I don't know. The Oilers are such an interesting study because they're just
It's a matter of how do you mess up the career of probably the greatest player of this generation, like this new generation, because Connor is now in what is he? Year 11? He's about to be in year 11,
I think so. Yeah.
right? Yeah,
God,
something like
he's
that.
Old now.
Because he was 2015? Yeah, 15. Because Zach Glad was 14, McKinnon was 13, 16 was, yeah.
Jesus, I feel ancient.
I know, right? I feel old thinking about it. And people are going to make the comparisons to, Crosby. And actually, you brought this up before we started recording in regards to the comments that Connor made and your thoughts in regards to that in comparison to Sid when he was starting out in the league in his first few years. Sid had won, by his 10th year in the league, he had already won a cup. He made back-to-back finals and won a cup out of one of them.
Yep.
What are we, and it's not like, yes, Sid had a young Evgeny Malkin with him, a growing Evgeny Malkin with him, a growing Chris Letang, Chris Kunitz, Marc-Andre Fleury.
But we could have the same conversation. Bouchard. We can have the conversation.
You're right.
Draisaitl.
About Draisaitl. Darnell Nurse can even be part of that conversation somehow.
Yeah, if you want it. You could make it. And it's
no.
But you can name really good players on the Oilers.
Yeah.
But and this I think is a very good kind of point I'm gonna make. I'm actually really proud of it. I just had this thought. The leadership starts at the top. And if you are the captain of your team, you are the best player in the world. It's your team.
Yeah. It's your team.
And you couldn't even get the gold medal in the Olympics. But honestly, it's I don't know. It's very interesting because I just feel like leadership starts at the top. You pick a captain for a reason as an organization.
Yep. Unfortunately, I hate to say because I love Connor and he's from my town and all, but Connor McDavid to me is starting to kind of look like another example of my point that sometimes the best player on your roster shouldn't be your captain.
No, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, sometimes it works out. I mean, dude, Stamkos was a great captain. I think back on some of the captains over the years. Marty St. Louis, great captain.
Great captain. Stamkos was a great captain. Jonathan Toews was a great captain.
The captain of the Rangers for my high school days, middle high school days, was Ryan Callahan. And was he good at scoring at clutch moments? Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
But dude, he would throw the timely hit, he'd throw a punch, he'd fight people, he'd score the clutch goal. Dude just kind of got it. And he was great in the media. He'd talk, but he was an actual leader.
Yes.
He took it to heart and he rallied the team at a lot of times. You'd see him yelling and getting people fired up.
That's the important thing, right? And you look at even on my side of things in Detroit, we've been fortunate to have the last few captains as far as track record goes. Steve Yzerman being captain for so long.
Yeah.
We all know how that went. Obviously, it was a great time in Detroit. Was he the best player on the team? No, Sergei Fedorov fucking existed. Hello? But Steve Yzerman was the captain. Steve Yzerman retires. Who's named captain? Nicholas Lidstrom. Was he the best player on the team? Yeah, you could argue that. But then Pavel Datsyuk in his prime was also on that team. But Nick Lidstrom was the leader. We got a cup out of it. After Nick Lidstrom's retirement, Henrik Zetterberg got named captain. And was Henrik Zetterberg the best player on the team? At that point, kind of yes, but also Pavel Datsyuk. But Henrik Zetterberg was a leader. He knew how to rally the troops and knew how to get the boys together when they needed to. And after Zetterberg's retirement, Dylan Larkin is now the captain. While we haven't gotten it done yet, I fully trust Dylan Larkin to be remaining the captain of the Red Wings because he is what it means to be a leader.
Yeah.
You don't always have to be the best player on your team to wear the C.
Certainly. We have JT Miller.
Yeah, I know. I have one more point and then I want to get to some playoff prediction stuff.
Absolutely.
Since we're talking about captains, and I'm going to ask it in the simplest of questions. What the hell does Toronto do with Austin Matthews?
I think they ship him to New York with McDavid from the Oilers and just have a good one. I mean, God, Toronto's even a more interesting thing, right? I mean, I've been...
Mm-hmm. You've been preaching this since I met you.
Yeah, so I don't want to
And
beat a
that's been
dead
10
horse,
years.
but like,
Yeah.
yeah, I know. It's like I just
The reason I bring this up is because, as we know,
Sorry.
Matthews is out for the season with a torn MCL that was taken from the Radko Gudas knee-on-knee hit just about 2 weeks ago now, I want to say. And with Matthews out of the picture, the team looks lost, but sometimes they're winning, which is weird. They shouldn't be. But the question is, what do we do? What does Toronto do for the rest of Matthews' tenure while he's still under contract? He's signed a 4-year extension. He's about to go into year 3, I believe, of that extension, which is already crazy. Time has flown by, or year 2, I can't remember. With the way the Leafs are, they're trying to retool because they can't just rebuild. What do you do about Austin? Because the reason I bring this up is, A, he's regressed a bit. Maybe the coaching change helps when they'll inevitably fire Craig Berube and throw him under the bus and all that shit. But he's never been a leader in my eyes.
I mean, I'll be honest. When they signed Tavares, I kind of thought they'd just give him the C. Hometown kid, the whole 9 yards.
Which they did, to be fair.
But they should have kept it on him. I think
they should have kept it on.
And like, I feel like, I mean, like, Austin Matthews is a very good player, like very clearly. Now, granted, he's only played 60 games this season. He's got 53 points, but that's not a lot for him. Like,
that's the thing is he's regressed a lot since Craig Berube took over.
Yeah, and like now, once again, it's the Panarin conversation, right? Like a good, certain players thrive in certain systems. Some don't care about system, and some, because they don't care about systems, don't do well when there's a very strong system in place. And it's like, they're not asking Austin to go be the pretty boy goal scorer. They're asking him to actually play like as a 2-way player and take hits and do all these block shots and the whole 9 yards. And it's like, granted, the Berube hire, I think I said this a year ago, was very weird to me. It just doesn't fit the Leafs.
I think it's still weird.
It's still very weird. Like, they got a coach that's kind of known for gritty hockey to coach, I'm not going to call them the pretty boy team, but the pretty boy team. Right? Like, they're kind of like, the Leafs have always been about just beautiful goals and everything else and selling jerseys. But I just feel like there's also a conversation. Was Mitch the problem?
Yeah.
I mean, Nylander's, technically the best player on the Leafs right now from a stats perspective. I mean, but like, I don't know.
I think, I don't know, it's so weird because, Austin, this was his year to really be a true leader's leader. Mitch is gone, so Austin really gets to say, but every moment I saw Austin, it never screamed a leader to me. And if the Leafs are truly considering retooling, he's going to get you the best package back.
Yeah.
Is it worth shipping off Austin Matthews?
Well, I mean, not trying to be funny, he's had a lot of injuries at this point in his career. So, I mean, it's like there is a good point to doing that. I don't know. It's a very tricky situation. Also, not to, rub salt in the wind for Leafs fans, but Marner's about a point per game player. I mean, he's at 71 points, 73 games.
Which is, I was going to bring this up earlier with Vegas, but I thought, we've talked about Marner a little too much here and there. Mitch is having a perfectly okay season, considering he's not playing his normal position. They have him on his opposite wing. But people are like, oh, Marner's having a down year. Marner's just maybe not working out for Vegas. It's like, numbers-wise, he's doing fine. He's not great. They're doing fine.
I mean, point per game is pretty dang good.
Point per game is pretty good. Yeah, in this league, it's great. Sure, he's playing on his off wing. Sure, he's playing positions he never played, but...
I mean, I don't know. Matthews is a weird one. I think I would probably trade him at this point because it's just... They need to actually rebuild. I mean, I like Morgan Riley, but he's not like the stud defenseman you need in today's NHL.
No.
Like, once you get out of the top 4 or 5 scoring players on that team, you start to see the problems unfold. I mean, Oliver Ekman-Larsson 10 years ago was awesome.
Now, granted, Oliver Ekman-Larsson's been having a quietly good year this season. And you could have traded him.
Yeah. Like, it's just not... There's just not a lot of good highlights of.
Not really, no.
Like looking down the list here, I mean, it's It's the same.
It's a
old
weird
beast.
situation. I think at the end of the day, to kind of put a bookend on this part of the conversation is leadership is such a interesting thing to gauge and navigate. And when you have leaders that are like Austin, who don't really speak to the media much, or the fact that Austin went down and his team's not rallying around to try and defend their boy. And then on the flip side, you have a captain like McDavid, who is the greatest player on the planet, but is making comments implying that his team is dog shit and that he's jealous of other teams' success. Doesn't bring a good look for these kinds of guys. They're still incredible players, but it's not really that great of a look. That being said, it's the last thing we want to tackle, and then we'll call it a day here. If the playoffs were to start today, it is March 29th.
Morning.
Luckily, they already have the bracket up, so do I. Let's start with the West. No. Actually, yeah, let's start with the West. Your first round matchups. Colorado, Nashville.
Nashville.
I think it's a sweep.
I think I'll give Nashville a game.
Yeah?
Home ice is good here. I can look at a game.
Fair enough. Yeah. That's true. Home ice is like I've still yet to see a home game in Nashville, but the one time I was with you when we were at the draft, man, I understood Nashville's serious.
Yes, it's
they be in business.
Honestly, I'll be bold. I'll say it'll be 4-2.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'll be bold. What the
Okay.
heck?
All right. Dallas, Minnesota. We brought this up earlier. When we look at a comparison of, core to core, Dallas does have the advantage in all three, if not slight, though. I'd say Dallas in 6 games. Like, it's going to be a fight.
Yeah, I'll say Dallas and 7. I'll
Okay.
think it'll get dragged out.
Yeah, it could go down to the wire. I can agree with that. Edmonton, Vegas.
I think Vegas. It sounds weird.
I think Vegas in 7.
I think Vegas in 6.
Like, I know Vegas has been not great this season. I know that they're pretty much getting into the playoffs on loser points, but like, it's still Vegas, man.
Yeah, I think they're gonna just play it.
They like to flip the switch when the playoffs start.
Yeah, no, I think.
Well, and now the last, what would be first round matchup? I wish Alex was here.
Well, I'm gonna be honest. I think it's Utah. Like, I truly like. That's not even me being like a joking.
I know, yeah, not a joke against Alex.
I honestly think it's gonna be Utah.
Anaheim, Utah. Let's look at this one the same way we look at Dallas and Minnesota from core to core, because I feel like this is one of those conversations where like it can be close, but how close?
Because
Goalie wise, Anaheim has the advantage.
yeah, I'll agree on that for sure.
Yeah,
Dostal's
Lucas Dostal's a freak.
and that's not
So I'll
to
give
say
him
Veggie's bad, by the way.
No, Vejmelka is a good goalie, but I don't think he has the same
Yeah.
kind of clutch factor that Lucas Dostal has.
All right, so defense.
So you're looking at a defensive core in Anaheim fueled by a Jackson Lacombe, Trouba, Gudis.
I'm taking Utah.
Yeah, Utah, you've got Sergachev, Marino.
Yeah, it's
Like,
not even close.
Yeah.
Utah's got the advantage on defense, and then I think
Anaheim
offense,
has the better younger core of defensemen. Like, the Anaheim defensive core will be scary in like 2 years. When like a Stein Solberg is ready, if they keep Mintikov, see how that goes with him. Yeah. But like right now, I'd give the slight advantage to Utah. Sergachev Marino is ridiculous. Like, it's not a top 5 pair in the league, but like they're serviceable together. That works for a team like Utah.
Yeah, and I think offense is where becomes the really interesting conversation. I mean, who are you going to?
I think Utah I don't know. The problem is I love Cutter Gauthier.
I would honestly be okay agreeing it's a tie. I mean, like
I think it's a tie.
It's very. I think from a technical perspective, you want to look at the stats. I actually think Utah is the better scoring team.
I think that they're the more consistent scoring team.
Their top. I'll put like this: the Ducks have more depth scoring. Like down the lineup, everyone is scoring. The Utah has like some standout scorers.
Yeah,
I think Clayton Keller would be the difference maker in that. I think this will actually be a 7-game series. Admittedly, if this
could be a 7-gamer. I think to the point though, I do feel like Anaheim does also have, like, they do have the better depth, but I think they have some standouts. Now, granted, they're young standouts, but they're good standouts. Beckett Seneca and Cutter Gauthier are the two that come to mind for me, right? But like, that's two very good goal scorers that they have at their disposal. And then there's Utah. You have Keller. You have Krause. You have Genther. You have Cooley.
Peterka.
You have Peterka. Like,
so now this is the weirdest thing. I'm looking at some of the stats here for the teams. Utah has significantly less goals against, has a better differential, by the way, by a considerable margin. Anaheim's a -6, Utah's a +23. Now, the other crazy thing about Anaheim is they have 86 points, they're 41, 28, and 4. They have 8 shootout wins. They have not lost a shootout. Utah...
That's right, but shootouts don't matter.
Utah has not played a shootout, so they're at 38 wins, and like, regulation wins. Utah's got 29.
Yeah.
The Ducks only have 24 regulation wins.
This could be a 7-game series.
I'm going Utah in 6. Alex is going to hate me for this. I'm going Utah in 6. I'm on the wagon.
I really want to say Anaheim in 7, but my heart says Utah in 7. Sorry, Alex.
Join me,
Alex, if you're hearing this after we finish recording, I know you will. You can scathe us for this the next time we record.
Yes, finally.
You can sewer us all for this one. I think finally. Utah in 7.
I think obviously the Rangers.
The Rangers are gonna win the Stanley Cup. I don't know which series to start with because they're all like interesting.
Who technically it's technically Carolina, right?
Technically Carolina.
Okay. Carolina, Columbus. Let's start there.
I say Carolina in 6. Don't you dare. No.
I'm taking them in 7. I'm taking Columbus in 7. Let's do it. Genuinely.
Columbus I could see it happening.
They have been a racket since the Olympic break has been over.
They've been a problem.
They have been
a problem in this league.
They have been so much fun to watch. I love it.
I can see your point, but man,
they are very similar teams. Weirdly, which is weird to say.
No,
I mean Carolina. The goaltending conversation is actually interesting because I don't know who I'd give it to because like Freddie Anderson hasn't been hurt yet this season.
That's a good point. But Brandon Bussy's been doing a really good job.
Yeah, but he's kind of skidded off since the Olympics. I mean, it's like it's a weird thing. And Jack Graves has been great. Offense, I actually want to go Columbus, which is weird to say. Defense, obviously Carolina.
I think Columbus offense for sure. I think with Carolina, it's not that they don't have a bad offense. It's just that I don't think the acquisitions like Nikolai Ehlers have done exactly what they wanted just yet.
Yeah, I'm also obsessed with Kirill Montrenko. So I mean, like there is.
Oh yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, that's part of my logic. But so I will take Columbus just because I like Columbus.
And then defense, Zach Werenski.
Yeah, honestly.
But then Jacob Slavin's on the other side, so like
I feel like it's very easy to say Carolina, but I don't think it's going to be as much of a slaughter as people think. I actually think it's going to be a very tight.
I feel like I'm going to eat my words saying this because Carolina has a +44 goal differential.
Yeah,
and Ehlers has been doing work. 23 goals. 38 assists for 61 points, but they only have 130 goal scorer on the team with Seth Jarvis.
Yeah, like I am all in on Columbus. I don't know why. I'm gonna rally for him.
Hey man, I could see it. This is a series that I look at to compare to. Now, I'm not saying it's the same caliber of teams, but this is definitely a good comparison of the Minnesota-Dallas series in that you have one of the best defensemen in the East, and Jacob Slavin in Carolina, going up against the guy who should probably win the Norris this year, in Zach Werenski. In the same way that you have Heiskanen versus friggin' Hughes on the other side.
77 points in 66 games for Werenski. It's phenomenal.
He needs to win a Norris.
I want it.
I need him to win a Norris. Since we're in the Metro, we might as well go to the next Metro face-off. That is the New York Islanders and the, right now, Pittsburgh Penguins.
Islanders, it pains me to say it.
Yeah, I'd say Islanders in probably like 5.
Yeah, well, yeah. The defense is just so dang good.
It is, yeah.
And Pittsburgh doesn't really have good goaltending.
Yeah. Like the New York Islanders, considering they do have only a +7 goal differential, their 209 goals against is good for 4th in the league.
Yeah, like it's ridiculous.
And when you look at the only teams above them, it's a nice group to be in.
Yeah, the only worry I'd have with the Islanders is just can they score enough? I mean, that's going to be the big conversation for me. Is like, can they score? And I mean, not that like it's like, oh, playoff hockey is a different animal, but like, I don't know. Pittsburgh definitely takes the experienced one there because they've been there.
Yeah.
So I don't.
Not to mention, I think with Pittsburgh too is they seem to have this random stroke of luck where they every now and then on a playoff run, there's a rookie who ends up being really good. Jake Gensel was the last situation, and they have Ben Kindle right now, who is like looking nice this season. Like
honestly, you're making me change my answer. I want Pittsburgh. Honestly, like
okay.
let's do it.
I'm sticking to the Islanders, but
I'll go Pittsburgh.
I'm going to stick to the Islanders, and I'm going to say 5. I'm going to stick to 5.
Pittsburgh 6.
Wow.
Despite me thinking they were going to slip out of the playoffs, if it was today, I'm taking Pittsburgh in 6.
Fair enough. Okay. Buffalo and the Bruins. I don't know how this goes.
This is very hard. This one actually might be the hardest conversation. I think if we're going off, I guess if Buffalo can keep the momentum, it's going to be Buffalo in like 5. If Buffalo, if the playoffs for some reason get there and Buffalo like kind of is like, all right, guys, let's look at this with a clean slate, they're going to get absolutely brutally murdered.
So this turns into a question that I have, in that Buffalo is going to play their first playoff series in 11 years. Good for them. They deserve this. This seems great. But this is a new Buffalo. They finally kind of figured out their identity, high scoring, fast paced speed, right? They've only just figured this out. They're finally getting it to work. The Bruins, historically, no matter who's been there, have been great at passing down the culture of, you're a Bruin. Your goal and your job is to do 2 things. Number 1 is to score goals, and number 2 is to beat the shit out of people.
I'm going to say Buffalo in 6. I think Buffalo will take this. I really, the vibes are immaculate right now.
The vibes are immaculate. The wagon is rolling.
Dahlin is going to be the difference maker.
Okay, cool. I think I'm going to say Buffalo as well, but I'm going to say Buffalo in 7. I think Boston makes it interesting.
All right, I like it. All right.
They're not willing to go down without a fight. This is the one where I think it's easier on paper, but in like thinking about it more, I'm like, this could actually go either. Tampa Bay versus Montreal.
I know. I'm trying to do my digging.
Let's break it down, shall we?
Yeah.
Core by core. Goaltending, it's Tampa.
Yeah, obviously, by a mile.
It's freaking Vasilevsky. Like, you're not stopping him. Defense. Now remember, we're talking about Victor Hedman, but an aging Victor Hedman.
I've pretty much made my decision.
Have you really?
Yeah, I already know who I'm going with.
Okay. Might as well just say it now.
Montreal in 7. I think the young kids are going to have a lot of fun playing in Bell Center in playoff atmosphere. And I think, granted, Nikita Kucherov is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
I just think the kids prevail.
Yeah.
I truly think that. Like, I don't know. Like, if you look at, I don't know, just looking at everything across the board, like, it just feels like
I really wish they were better at tracking defensive metrics. Yeah, I think to your point, never to say that Tampa's bad, because they're not going to be bad until everyone on that team retires. But you look at the vibes. We talk about this with Buffalo. You look at the vibes in Montreal, and like those kids are having fun.
Yeah,
like,
I think.
I think I'll get to your point in a second, but I do want to bring this up. Actually, there's something I'll love your response to. Caulfield has worked out great for them.
Yeah.
Caulfield might win a Rocket this year. He's only 3 goals behind Nate for first in the league. Nick Suzuki looks like a top 10 center in this league.
Yep.
Juraj Slafkovsky, over the last couple seasons, is finally looking like that first overall pick that he ended up being. Right? Lane Hudson has worked out in a way that no one saw coming.
Yep.
The Noah Dobson trade worked out in a way that no one saw coming.
Yep.
The defensive core of Montreal is young, but they're effective.
Yep.
Jakob Dobish and Jacob Fowler are young, but man, are they fun to watch.
Well, and then Ivan Demidov, it has been just ridiculous.
And then there's Ivan Demidov, who is everything we thought Matvei Bichkov was going to be.
Yep. It's one of those things where I feel like it'll be a 7-game series regardless. They probably will end up being like from reality. Tampa will probably win just because of Vasilevsky being Vasilevsky and Kucherov. But honestly, I feel like there is a really strong. I'm sticking with my answer for Montreal, but man, it's gonna be close.
Wow.
It's gonna be real tough.
I'm of the same branch. I'm also saying Montreal in 7, but it's gonna be. I think this one's gonna end up being a nail biter, if it does end up being the case.
I don't disagree. I mean, I think, just a couple things though. I mean, I will say, like, even though the Lightning are extremely well coached and they're a really well run organization, I think they're very rehearsed in everything they do, and it's very impressive. And when you do get through them, they have a heck of a goalie backstop them. I mean, it's like all really good things. But I just feel like the kids are going to prevail.
And with that, we're going to cut the episode here because I don't know if I can hear that Connor McDavid quote again. Sorry, the Tyler quote that Connor McDavid stole.
Yeah, absolutely.
On that note, this has been Up for Boards. We'll be back probably in another couple of weeks once Alex is back. And by then, the playoffs will be just right around the corner, so we'll have actual playoff predictions. And Alex is not going to be happy about ours for the West, but that's okay. You'll find that out later. I'm Yusuf, and that is Tyler. We will see you guys soon. Goodbye.